So far, I've talked about ways to use active pause that are discrete, if you want, one or maybe a couple of times during a session. Now I want to talk about another way in which you systematically use it, and you would use it, say, maybe 10, 12 times during the session in order to create a structure. There's a certain rhythm that's going to be happening. You might use it at the very beginning, then say there's some talking or whatever else you're doing, then back into active pause, and then process, and again back again into active pause, and say 12 times during the session, maybe 13, 14, something where it literally creates a framework during the session. And so what is this framework about? It's going to be something where by having these moments, you structure the session as a space in which the client is repeatedly invited to go inside, so that there is a built-in structure that makes it possible to not get just carried away by the flow of words or the flow of narrative, or even if you're exploring things in a way that's not just verbal, it's more experiential or body related, that you are providing a series of moments where that experience is digested in the privacy of the client's mind. And digested not just in words, but digested in a way that helps the client not just be in words. That the squeezing is going to draw some of the attention to not just making sense of it at an intellectual level, at a cognitive level, but creating some room for the whole body-mind to absorb the experience and stay with it. So literally, I would almost want to show a diagram here of, say you have your session that takes this space, and you imagine, if this is a timeline, that say, have this little 1 minute active pause, then client, processes, be it in words or any other way that you process things together, then little active pause, goes back inside, takes it in, processes it in a not just verbal level, comes back, active pause, goes back inside, contemplates it, observes it, while connecting to inner body, sensing, sensation, resources, comes back, that relationality between client and you, in whatever form it takes, comes back inside. And so you have that rhythm of inside, relational, inside, relational, inside, and the same way you could also express it, inside, talk, or expression of some other form, and kind of absorbing it in an inner way. And so that's an approach that you would use, and again, not necessarily all the time, even, but with some clients, some of the time, with some clients more often. And I found it useful to use, for instance, with clients who tend to have very dysregulated affect. And that's a way in which you can actually help people go back more into regulating and processing, for instance.